gonna be really good.
Friend?
Scott, that's so dirty.
Still good.
So what is that?
Did you kind of tow that too to take a little bit of
Feel up.
God? We are talking about Northland Country Club today. It's been a kind of a singular place in my imagination for the last few years. It's in Duluth, Minnesota. Underrated city, in my opinion. It's a port city. It's Lake Superior is like an ocean. Duluth is I think the Portland, Maine of the next 20 years.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. Donald Ross Design. We're actually lucky enough to spend some time with Mr. Robert McGee, who's kind of the de facto historian for golf, like in the greater state of Minnesota.
The course essentially opened in 1899 or 1900, and I knew it was a 9-hole course, but I didn't really know which way the holes ran, you know, where number 1 was.
Duluth as a city sits on a hill, a pretty drastic hillside, kind of all the way up the coast of Lake Superior. The initial course sat on this lower area, and then Donald Ross came in and did a new routing and built some of the most spectacular greens I think I've ever seen. How much has it changed over the years or gotten back to?
Well, the routing is identical. You know, that's the Donald Ross 1927 routing. Some of the greens have been reshaped, expanded a little bit. Corners are sort of squared off more than they used to be. They used to all be fairly symmetrically round, and now there's a little bit more quirk going on there. But I think it's still in keeping with the concept that Donald Ross had.
This was one of the places I sought out last summer. This was summer of 2020, kind of once travel opened back up a little bit. It was just number 1 on my list to get to. So I called up Laz, who's from Minnesota. Laz is a good friend of ours, Laz Versailles.
So this is one of my favorite shots because your heart rate gets going as you climb up the hill. You can kind of see all of Lake Superior from the back.
How good is that?
Banker in, banker fin.
Is that a 5?
That's a 5.
A 5 with a cold top.
Cold top, plugged bunker, 1 putt. This is golf, man.
Chad Hartman played with us. He's a longtime Minnesota sports broadcaster and radio host. Did the Timberwolves for a long time. He was fantastic to play with. And then Laz's buddy, Scott Anderson, who's
Beauty.
a Illuminati figure in my opinion.
Erase that one.
I had high expectations, but didn't really know what to expect other than some crazy greens, and it exceeded all the expectations. It was so raw and rugged, the scale of it, and you look out over the lake, and it's the kind of golf course that I don't think you see all that often. It's golf on a grand scale. That's so good. Favorite hole?
Probably number 7. I think there was a time when that was the number 1 handicap hole. I didn't even look at the card to see if it still is, but you're playing that into the wind. You got a creek to concern yourself with off of the tee, especially downwind, and then you've got one of those bunkers that Ross would put into a ridge that was, 60, 70 yards short of the green, but it would certainly get in your head. The green is just so sharply sloped from back right to front left, except that you don't really notice it until you realize your putt's going to roll off the green. So there's just so many fun features on that hole.
And 13 is really your best view of the lake as you start making your way back down, and the drive is spectacular, and then you make the turn and the lake is out in front of you, and Just a glorious body of water out there. Fantastic green. It's really, you know, the whole thing is on the side of this hill. It's really, really hard to read the greens where there's so much going on. I know it's a joke like in Phoenix where you've got the valley effect. Like you can't overstate or understate. You don't know what to do with the lake effect because A, you're on the side of this hill, and then B, you have this massive body of water there, and C, Donald Ross did all this stuff with, you know, all these little visual tricks on all these greens.
Where does that put us?
I put you 2 up with 3 to play, which means we won 2 in a row with 2 birdies in a row. More importantly, I think the lesson we're learning is when you put kids from East Bloomington in a corner, they're going to claw their way out. Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, how good is that?
It's amazing.
Well done.
I don't remember what I shot. This was very early on in the Lefty Challenge. This was July. I think I started the Lefty Challenge beginning of June. This was a swift kick in the nuts for, it's a very hard course to play righty, I think, much less lefty. It is a place that can humble you very quickly. You're not going low out there.
Woo, that's fast. I'm kind of getting beat up by a 3rd grader here. You know, 130-yard hole just has me on the ground, punching me in the ribs, maybe kidney. Oh, look at this. Great shot, Tron. Charger from 12 for double.
My lasting memory will be of like being totally befuddled at the greens.
Sit down. Please, sit down. Please, sit down. Please. Oh, God.
Spending a good amount of time reading a putt, feeling very committed to that line, hitting the putt and it breaking the complete opposite way. That happened dozens of times.
How's that go right?
And then the other point I would make is just about the people. Such a hospitable, like the essence of Midwestern, upper Midwestern hospitality.
We'll play off?
Yeah, we got extra holes. We got, you know, free golf, as they call it. So, extra holes and Chad Hartman. Solid.
And somewhere where, you know, I've looked at joining and I've looked at, like, I'd like to go back up there at least for a long weekend every year for the rest of my playing days. Like I liked it that much. It's really cool, and it's a great home base to explore that entire coast of Lake Superior.